Presented by Listen Headlines. Latest financial news from trusted sources. Updating daily noontime New York City.
New York Times Business.
June 7, 11:17 America, New York. Fox News doesn't plan to carry January 6 hearings live. Its sister network, the lower-rated Fox Business, will carry live coverage, while star primetime hosts like Tucker Carlson and Sean Hannity will proceed as usual. In a statement on Monday, Fox News said its primetime hosts will cover the hearings as news warrants.
Wall Street Journal Markets.
June 7, 11:04 America, New York. Fewer imports, better growth. With Americans shifting spending away from goods, fewer imports will be hitting U.S. stocks. The U.S. economy could end up growing more quickly as a result.
Daily FX Market News. June 7, 11 o'clock America, New York. Turkish Lira currency crisis deepens as USD, try new highs. Surging food and energy prices are making an existing problem much worse for the Turkish lira.
Global economy.
June 7, 10:59 America, New York. World Bank warns of debt crisis risk as outlook worsens. Washington-based institution slashes growth projections and cautions over 1980s-style defaults.
New York Times Business.
June 7, 10:40 America, New York. How updates in iOS 16 and Android 13 will change your smartphone. Soon, iPhone owners will be able to edit text messages, and Android owners will be able to send high-resolution photos. Many of the changes are long overdue.
Wall Street Journal Markets.
June 7, 10:36 America, New York. The US dollar is looking a bit stretched. Microsoft's warning highlighted the downsides of a mighty greenback, but the currency's strength looks set to wane.
Daily FX Market News.
June 7, 10 o'clock America, New York. Japanese yen price action setups. USD, JPY, EUR, JPY, GBP, JPY, AUD, JPY. Yen weakness has come back in a very big way, and USD, JPY, EUR, JPY and AUD, JPY have all set fresh multi-year highs overnight. Global economy.
June 7, 9:44 America, New York. EU agrees deal to ensure fair minimum wages for workers. Framework to set adequate salaries will assess prices of household items and promote collective bargaining.
New York Times Business.
June 7, 9:38 America, New York. Don't mess with Texas. The Lone Star State enters the Musk Twitter fray, highlighting Texas's willingness, and Republicans in general, to break with traditional free market thinking. Twitter's latest headache is in Texas.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business.
June 7, 9:10 America, New York. U.S. trade deficit shrank in April. The trade gap in goods and services fell to 19.1% in April from the prior month to a seasonally adjusted $87.1 billion, retreating from March's record $107.7 billion deficit.
Global economy.
June 7, 8:50 America, New York. Lira slide accelerates as Erdogan vows to continue slashing rates. Turkish currency has shed 20% this year, and analysts warn fall is likely to continue, without rate rises.
BBC News Business.
June 7, 8:44 America, New York. Apple announces buy now, pay later, among iOS 16 plans. The tech giant is introducing the controversial service as part of its iOS 16 update.
BBC News Business.
June 7, 8:44 America, New York. Apple announces buy now, pay later, among iOS 16 plans. The tech giant is introducing the controversial service as part of its iOS 16 update.
Digital finance.
June 7, 8:05 America, New York. Quantifeed expands sales to insurers, private banks. Quantifeed, a Hong Kong-based wealth tech company that designs digital solutions for financial institutions, has raised an undisclosed amount in a Series C funding round led by HSBC Alternatives and Daiwa Pi Partners. Wall Street Journal Markets.
June 7, 8 o'clock America, New York. Blackstone, other large private equity firms turn attention to vast retail market. Some of the biggest firms have created a host of new products aimed at people with $1 million to $5 million in investable assets.
Daily FX Market News.
June 7, 7:30 America, New York. Japanese yen latest. USD, JPY prints a fresh 20-year high. The Japanese yen continues to slump in value against a range of other major currencies as widening interest rate differentials hammer JPY.
Marginal revolution.
June 7, 7:25 America, New York, a bloody waste. Image by Satish Sankaran from Pixabay. Hemochromatosis is a disorder in which extra iron builds up in the body. A potential treatment is phlebotomy, so patients with hemochromatosis want to donate blood and donate regularly.
BBC News. Business.
June 7, 7:03 America, New York. Stuck Brits scramble to get home after axed flights. Many travelers are taking drastic action to get home after being stranded due to flight cancellations. BBC News Business.
June 7, 7:03 America, New York. Stuck Brits scramble to get home after axed flights. Many travelers are taking drastic action to get home after being stranded due to flight cancellations.
BBC News Business.
June 7, 6:20 America, New York. Rangers, JD Sports and Elite Sports accused of fixing kit prices. UK competition watchdog warns Rangers, JD Sports and Elite Sports can expect fines if found guilty.
BBC News. Business.
June 7, 6:20 America, New York. Rangers, JD Sports and Elite Sports accused of fixing kit prices. UK competition watchdog warns Rangers, JD Sports and Elite Sports can expect fines if found guilty.
Wall Street Journal US Business.
June 7, 5:30 America, New York. Yellen to face inflation questions from lawmakers. The Treasury Secretary will appear in front of lawmakers this week as she and the Biden administration face scrutiny over high inflation and how they have addressed it.
Marginal revolution.
June 7, 2:36 America, New York. Free speech for legal advice for the poor. A New York nonprofit, Upsolve, started out helping automate the bankruptcy process for low-income Americans. Then it stumbled into a related problem. Many of the families it served were on the receiving end of a barrage of intimidating letters, calls and lawsuits from debt collectors insisting they owed boatloads.